Oh, hello there, and welcome back to the homestead. What we have, Bobby Joe and I have decided, along with consulting with the prominent members in town, that we are going to start transitioning to more of a market farm, and we are going to start providing the community with more and more of what it needs for food and various supplies. And that's been the biggest thing that they ask for. And so we're going to see if we can do it. And at the same time, we'll be creating some multiple streams of revenue that will help support our family as it continues to grow and we move forward. So if you would like to continue and join along on this journey, join us on this journey, and we'll see where we go. All right, so let's talk about some plans here. So, really, our basic farmstead here, we are just going to continue most of our operations here. We do need to consider some things, like if we're going to keep our chickens going, we need to see how much we have some sorghum left, so we need to grow some. We're going to need to plant some other grains that our chickens will eat. We're going to need some hay for our... Ooh, they are almost out of hay. And they need some water. We are going to hold off on calves for a little bit. Well, we may get a couple of calves just for ourselves. But we got these pigs over here that were born. And they are doing good. So we're going to keep the pigs going, and we're going to keep the goats making the goat milk, and we'll keep the dairy going. And we've got we'll crank back up on the greenhouses here, get those going. What is all that? Straw? We got 4 bales of grass in there. We can give that to the goats to start with. We have pig food in over here. Looks like we still have some straw we can bale up. We're going to need to do that. So now let's talk about some future plans on expansion. Let's go look at the map here. And let's see what we can do here. So, what I see here, if we want to expand the farm, we're probably going to buy this property right here. 175,000. I've looked at it. We can look at it together in a minute, but it is relatively flat and will be good for probably going to move the farmyard over to part of over here so that we have the flat area. We might also consider buying this property, but it is quite expensive right now. So, and we thought about this one and buying those trees to do some lumber. So that's talking about that. That's going to be one of our revenue streams, is we are going to go into the lumber business since there is so much trees here. So if we go down here, this is the general store. This is the only selling place here in town. Only place that people can come and buy stuff. And without the competition and everything, they're not exactly cheap, and they can't get everything here. Especially some local grown stuff. They have the flea market and the barber shop and all that. And the general store. But we want to take and, well, let's see. We could either, I haven't thought about that one. Let's look at that. What is that? Oh, that comes with that property right there. Oof. Okay. That will have to be a future. But this right here, $169,350, 16.74 acres. And it's right over here, right next to this market. So what we're thinking is that we'll start clearing these trees out, and we'll put our farmers market area right in here. And then we can clear this whole thing, and probably what we'll do to start with is we'll go back here on this back corner. Oh, back here, that's a pretty good ways back here. Probably more like maybe like up here, close to the road. Like right in here, we'll start clearing out a spot, and we'll go ahead and put in our own sawmill. That way we can start producing the boards and things that are needed for everybody. And then we'll just start clearing all of this area out. And so our kind of quote unquote construction business will begin over here. And we'll slowly clear this. We'll clear a spot here for the sawmill, and then we will clear out a spot over where we were just at and put the general store, I mean the farmers market in, and we'll go from there. I'm planning on, by the time we get ready to place the farmers market, that maybe I'll have my own mod ready to go that we can basically fill it up, and it'll do daily sales of products, and we'll see how that goes. I'm not quite sure if that's going to be ready or if that's even going to work, but got a little bit of time. I have found out that making mods is a little bit harder than I thought. So first things first, we're going to need some equipment. So I am not going to be cutting trees by hand with a chainsaw all the time. So let's see. First of all, let's check to make sure there's not something in the sale market here. That's a nice tractor. That's a pretty good deal there too. Not seeing anything that we are going to need over here. So let's go look. Let's look at a few things. Go down here to our forestry section. So yeah, we'll be doing some forestry. Let's see. What do we have under? Do our sorting. I need to go see if that's got a default I can change somewhere. I remember they used to have. Is there an option? Well, now that's something. You can hook a trailer onto it, or interesting. Okay, that just doesn't do. Used to have an auto load version of that. And they used to have one that was just didn't have that crane. I do not like that crane at all. So from a transport, that's an oldie but goodie. Now these with a trailer. So we can do the timber trailer or a crane. Now it doesn't say what that length is. It says 0 meters, which I know is more than that. I wonder if we look at this one. No, it doesn't say what the length is there either. Interesting. Don't want to get too big a trailer for. That's expensive. Man, they all have a length of 0. I don't know what's going on with that. I will get these auto loads at some point when we're having to haul the stuff everywhere. I remember those from FS22. Now this doesn't say a length either. I don't like those with the extra wheels like that. What is... interesting. Coming back to this. That one's 15. And what is this one? What if I go... that's 500 extra. I may go with this particular yeah, I think I'll buy that. I think that ended up back at the main farm. Now we're going to need a harvester. And they are not cheap. But it's pretty much the best way to go. So I think the thing to do is let's look at the size it'll cut. 65, 72. Although I don't like it being on the back like that. Right? Although, I guess you turn around. Yeah, that wouldn't be too bad. Let's see if anybody goes any bigger. A 72, 60, 71, 77, 77, 70, 70, 71, 72, 72, 77, 77, 72, and 120 for that guy, but there ain't no way on that one. That's just way too much for me right now. So it's going to be one of these guys. They all come from the steep slope pack. Same price. What's the difference between these two? The different cutter. Okay. We can so $440,000. That's a big expenditure. I think we're going to have to, we either finance it, lease it, which I don't think leasing is going to be a good idea because we're going to be using it a lot. We borrow the money. Let's see what our options for financing are. If we do it for 2 years, we could pay $20,000 a month. Let's do it. Let's do 1 year. Actually, we could just do six months. No. Let's go ahead and do 2 years. Okay, so let's go see what, did we already buy the property yet? No. So let's buy it. Okay, now let's go find our new equipment. I wonder if this will connect up, and it does. All right, we're gonna need to get over here to this other road. And this is gonna be some pretty slow going, so we will we'll come back in a second. All right, so we finally got here. And one thing I forgot to ask you guys is how you guys are doing. I hope you're having a great day and all that good kind of stuff. But also I forgot we need to go over here and restart our greenhouses. We talked about that. Now, you know, previously we were just making mushrooms and making them as fast as we could, but we are going to go for variety now. So we are going to activate and change the output mode on those. Spawn, okay. And those are, and we will activate that. So now we will be making mushrooms. Now we are going to be producing every single one of these. Well, let's wait till we get done. We're going to activate, change the productivity of that back to 100 and activate. And we probably will at some point maybe go to the small greenhouses and have each one producing just one product, maybe. Make sure that everything is active. All right, we will get rid of this one, and we'll go ahead and get rid of this one as well. Let's see. So for this, garlic, let's change the output mode. Spring onions. We just want to sell what's in our inventory. And that should be good. And what is this? I guess we could, for the root crops, use up the material. Well, actually, we should be activating the ones with manure. Change output mode. Parsnips spawn, carrots spawn, red beets spawn, sugar beet spawn. We'll spawn that out since we have some left from earlier. That's done. So let's change that to selling. Excuse me. We will be redoing all of our greenhouses later, but we'll just get that going for now. All right. So, let's get started. Deactivate transport portion. Transport position. And then the other thing we want to do is we want to change the length. Don't know. Let's try 5 meters. I don't know what that trailer will handle. We will find out. Now, turn on the harvester. All right. And if we do this, it lines up. It's been a while since I've done this, so you'll have to forgive me if I forget which buttons to push. This is my first time doing forestry work on 25, other than doing it by hand, I guess. Okay, is that going to be a problem? Gonna have to kind of do this manually, huh? Wrong direction. There we go. And I think up, back, and around. Hopefully we don't have any traffic coming. All right, we're gonna take a quick run over to the farm, get a tractor, and see if we can get these picked up and out of the way. So when I get back with the tractor, I'll bring you back. Okay, so here we are. We have the trailer. Let's see if we can auto load these. I really hope it's not 4 meters. Work mode activate. Work mode deactivate. I don't know what that is. Control group support leg. Okay, well, let's see. Work mode activate. I'm guessing these are too big. Really? I do not see. Okay, let's try something here. Oops. I should still have my chainsaw. Let's look up here. I'm not allowed to cut this tree. Oh. Is that because it's not on my property? And that's also why I'm not able to pick it up? Okay, let's try something. Let's take this over here. Let's see if it's going to be 4 meters. Still no. Control Shift R. Do we have any? If I do Shift F12. Or Control Shift F12. What if I change that to the right side? You used to could see the loading area. Okay. Give me a few minutes and I'm going to figure this out. Alright, it seems like if you get a different trailer, it's better. This guy right here, 28 foot. So 8 meters, maybe 9. we can go with, we can try one with 9 and see what it does and go from there. Let's change our length to 9. Well, I don't think the automatic thing is doing very good. It helps to do it in the right direction. Okay. Oop. Don't run into the trees. I don't know, that kind of looks big. Let's see if it's going to work. Okay. 9 is a little too big. Let's go. Let's try 8.5. Man, I always hit that wrong button. Eight and a half. No, not 8.5. Eight. Okay, let's try 7. Okay, 7 is the magic number. Although, let's just for grins try 7.5. Okay. 7.5. 7.5. Will work. Okay, good to know. Good to know. I'm gonna park this right here out of the way. And I'm going to pause you for a minute, and I'm going to go look at sawmills and see when I haven't researched that to see which one I want to get yet. So I'll be back in a minute. Alright, so I found which one I wanted, and I went ahead and went in here. Excuse me, I placed it and marked around the area where with these forest rock ground, and so now everything that's inside this area needs to be cut. So I'm gonna jump on that, and then I will I'm gonna pause the recording, and I'll bring you back when I have that cleared and I will place the sawmill. Alright. Excuse me. We have finished clearing this area out, and I picked up at the sale this nice little Kubota. It was like half off, couldn't resist. And then we also picked up this Tree Be Gone, the mini version. Excuse me, and we'll be using that to remove the stumps. So let's see how this works. I turn it on. And let's go at it. Oh, wow, that worked really nice. Yes. Good choice. Perfect. Just gotta be careful I don't bump into any trees. I don't want my trees to be gone. This makes short work of clearing stumps. My goodness. Super fast. Oop. That took a hot second. Nothing more than a hot second. Wow, that was quick. All right. Let's move over here out of the way. And we can stand over here out in the middle of the road maybe, or maybe slightly off of it. I haven't seen any traffic coming by here, so I don't think there's anybody coming. Okay, time to place our building. custom production sawmill. This one takes wood chips and wood and turns it into these 3 things, or 4 things. Although we need something that's going to make prefab walls. We can do that later. Let's get back and see. It's gonna do a little bit of ground shaping. Far back as we can go. And drop it. Perfecto. Let's see what it looks like. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Drop our stuff off here. Probably do the... This is probably where we put the wood chips that we bring in. This would be where we output wood chips to load. And I'm gonna guess that over here is where all the products come out. Cool beans. Let's start. Let's see what all... Okay. So it's going to make wood planks long with wood chips. So we're only going to make planks and beams and furniture. What does this 10 to 125? Interesting. Okay, well, we'll start with this guy. And we will skip the furniture for now. And we will activate wood planks. And we will activate wood beams. And we'll activate planks long from wood chips. Planks. I'm gonna spawn, 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 and spawn. Okay. Now let's get some wood in here. I have plenty of wood. I've got several piles around from clearing out that space. So we'll just have to see what this does, how much we can get, how much we put in there from this load. And boy, this tractor's struggling with this load. And where's the trigger? Right here. All right. It's working. Well, let's go pick this up right here. See if we can. Oh, that's a pretty good load. Let's get it in there. Alrighty. Let's go see about picking up these loads. Let's see about I'm glad the 7.5 is working, because I was worried that I had forgotten and did the wrong thing. And then I was going to be stuck with cutting a whole bunch of stuff. Okay. Couple of more little guys here. Boy, all these tree obstructions. Am I going to be able to get around this? Ooh, I don't think so. I'm going to have to drive through the spawn points. And I'm not going to make it through there either. Oh my goodness. I can't drive worth a flip. Worth a flippity flip. All right, this is going to be a huge revenue stream right here. We've got 47,000 liters of wood in there. I don't know how long it's going to take it to empty all that out. Excuse me. That's the first one that I cut that I forgot to change the length on. I can fix it though. I can fix it. Cousin Skeeter can fix anything. Watch this. It will load now. Alright, let's see if we can get this. $49,000. Oh. Is it because it's strapped? Oh. It only holds 50,000. Well then. That means we might need to consider something here. I saw something up here. Store, distribute, and sell wood. How big is this? Let's put snapping on. I like snapping. I don't know how much that holds, but we will find out. $1,000,000. Holy cannoli. Okay. Let's take this over here. And we'll put this in here for now. Oh, that was sweet. I didn't even have to do anything. Now the thing is I don't want to be, I wanted to distribute, but right now I've got the furniture going over at the other facility and I don't want to fill it up. Yeah, let's park our equipment over here on our property instead of across the street from it. And then we'll call this an episode. We'll have to set up a little yard over here for all of our equipment. Maybe get us a different tractor here. 86 horsepower. I thought this was our 100 and something. Oh, that's why it's struggling. Okay. All right, let's move our skid steer. Park it over here. All right, friends. Thank you for joining me in this journey today. I hope you enjoyed it. Hope it wasn't boring with the forestry work. I know sometimes forestry work can get a little monotonous and repetitive. But I really did enjoy having you along, and hope you'll come back next time. And just ask, if you haven't already, if you would subscribe, and if you would you enjoyed it, would you boop the like button down there and click that notification bell so you can be notified when new stuff comes out. And otherwise, I'll look forward to seeing you next time. Cousin Skeeter saying bye-bye for now.